Have you ever thought, how big is an atom? Can we actually measure its size? The answer is, not exactly. An atom is so tiny that a printed full stop in a book is typically about 0.3 to 0.5 millimeters in diameter. And it contains about 10 quadrillion atoms, which is equal to 1000 trillion atoms. That's a huge number because atoms are extremely tiny, measuring 0.1 nanometer across. Why scientists cannot measure the exact size of a single atom? Let's find out. An atom's central part is known as nucleus, and it is surrounded by an electron cloud. This electron cloud does not have a sharp outer boundary and gradually fades away, so there is no clear edge where the atom ends. This is the reason why the size of an atom can't be measured directly. How do scientists measure the size of an atom? They imagine that atoms are perfect spheres that are chemically bonded together. Then they measure the distance between nuclei of two identical atoms. The distance from center of one nucleus to the center of other nucleus is called the internuclear distance. Half of this internuclear distance is calculated as atomic radius. So atomic radius is defined as half of the distance between nuclei of two bonded atoms of same element. Let's understand this with an example. Suppose two carbon atoms are joined together. The distance between their nuclei is 154 picometers. Since the atomic radius is half of this distance, 154 divided by 2 equals 77 picometers. So the atomic radius of one carbon atom is 77 picometers. Remember this important point. Picometer, or pm, is a very small unit of length. 1 picometer is equal to 1 trillionth of a meter. Because atoms are extremely tiny, scientists usually express their sizes in picometers. Let's discuss trends of atomic radius in periodic table. Atomic size does not remain same for every element. Instead, it changes in a regular pattern across the periodic table. As we move from left to right across a period, the atomic radius gradually decreases. As we move from top to bottom in a group, the atomic radius increases. Now let us understand how atomic radius decreases in period. In period, the number of shells remains the same, but the number of protons and electrons increases. As a result, nucleus attracts electrons more strongly, and electrons are pulled closer to the nucleus, so the atomic radius becomes smaller in period from left to right. Now let me explain trend of atomic radius in group. As we move from top to bottom in a group, the atomic radius increases because a new electron shell is added after each element down the group. So the outer electrons are farther from the nucleus. Also inner electrons shield outer electrons from attraction of nucleus. That's why atomic size becomes larger when we move from top to bottom in a group. There are some exceptions and irregularities in trend of atomic radius in periodic table. For example, in the transition elements, atomic radius does not decrease smoothly from left to right. The change is usually small because the added electrons enter the d subshell, which provides some shielding. For example, as we move in first transition series from scandium to zinc. At the beginning, the atomic radius decreases more noticeably. From scandium to chromium, it decreases about 170 pm to 139 pm. After that, the decrease becomes much smaller. This is because 3d electrons provide some shielding and reduce the increase in effective nuclear attraction. Near the end, the radius shows a small irregular change, especially around copper and zinc. If this lesson helped you, press like and subscribe. Watch the next video and continue learning.